This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
New at 11, a man reaches out to RTV6 for help after almost a year of frustration. He says a trash truck cracked and broke his curb late last year, and the damage still has not been repaired. That man has been trying to get the city's attention after a garbage truck cracked and broke the curb outside his home. Good evening to you. I'm Amanda Starantino.
I'm Mark Mullins. RTV6's Cameron Riddle is working for you, holding the city accountable for a resident who is still waiting on repairs.
Russell Cassidy has a problem, and it's marked by these two ugly green cones that he says have been here for nearly a year.
Well, I'm having trouble getting the city to come out and fix my curb. They tell me, oh, it'll be in spring. Well, spring's come.
Spring, summer, fall, and even winter will have come and gone since the curb in front of Russell Cassidy's Harlan Street home fell apart late last year after being damaged by a city trash truck.
I've been calling several times. I've been trying to, go through the mayor's action. I don't know if they just kind of put me on deaf ear or what. I've talked to their supervisor. Still not getting any results.
Cassidy says he normally keeps this trash can right here, but as the trash truck comes every Tuesday, it picks the can up and scrapes the ground, which over time knocked out that curb. That's an issue DPW has known about for months. According to the city's database, Cassidy's curb complaint has been listed as open and unresolved since January of this year. A DPW spokesperson tells RTV6 Cassidy's curb will get another review, but likely won't be repaired until Harlan Street is included in a capital improvement project when other work will also be done. But DPW says that project has not yet been budgeted.
If this was the mayor's house, I bet he wouldn't have this sitting in front of his house. I bet the governor wouldn't have it sitting in front of his house. Why should I have it? I pay my taxes just like he does and just like the mayor does and the governor. Why can't I get things done?
Cassidy says he loves his city and respects the process, but promises he'll keep calling the mayor's action line until his curb is fixed and those bright green cones are gone.
I'm tired of I want to see some results.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Thanks, Cameron. And while Harlan Street is not included in any upcoming repair projects, crews will be repairing several major roads and side streets through a $400 million investment from now until 2022.
Also working for you, an Indianapolis organization is getting a big boost in its fight to continue serving the community. It's been just over a month since RTV6 first told you Joy's House Adult Day and Caregiving Center may be forced to shut down due to a sudden funding shortage. Well, today we learned the group has received a $100,000 matching gift from a local donor. Joy's House says that means every gift up to that amount will double. For more information, go to joyshouse.org. If you have a problem and feel like you have nowhere else to turn, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Now to the forecast. Scattered showers are moving across central Indiana. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us now. Kevin.
And they're part of a transition, Amanda, to much cooler temperatures for tomorrow. You'll need the heavier coat. I'm sure you know where it is. We've needed it on a few occasions this fall. Warming trend starts right away, though, on Thursday, and that'll lead to short sleeve weather for the weekend. 61 now with showers in the area, the wind out of the southwest. Let me show you the area of heavier rain. Showers and some thunderstorms along the Ohio River up to about Seymour. They'll move south of Greensburg, and then from Crawfordsville to Frankfort, another line with the cold front that will continue to slide to the south and east. 1 o'clock in the morning, Muncie to Indy to Bloomington, some rain. That quickly zips to the east, and when that happens, the door opens to much cooler temperatures. Highs tomorrow only in the lower 50s. We'll talk about the warm-up coming up.
A person walking their dog may have saved a baby's life after finding the infant in a plastic bag. Seymour police say someone found the child around 3:45 this afternoon along a fence about 20 yards from South Jackson Park Drive. The baby was taken to the hospital for treatment. Authorities are reminding people about safe haven baby boxes. There are several around Indiana, including one at the Seymour Fire Station at Meadowbrook Drive. Babies can be placed in those boxes safely. No questions asked.
There's new hope that vacant buildings on the east side will be occupied once again. We're talking about buildings that once housed Angie's List. Since the beginning of the fall semester, Ball State's College of Architecture and Planning has been housed in one of the main buildings that was left empty 2 years ago. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker spoke with people who visit and work in that area, all of them saying they'd like to see more businesses and groups open up.
More retail, more bars, more business is better.
That's Eric Genz's take on the prospect of all of these vacant buildings becoming thriving businesses to serve the community. He tells me things weren't much different when Angie's List was still around.
It's kind of a dead zone. Even when Angie's List was here, it's a dead zone because no one that doesn't work there could go inside.
On a busy Tuesday night at Indiana City Brewing Company, Jeremy Starks, one of the managers, says these vacant buildings being filled can only mean good things for them.
With these buildings getting occupied once again, hoping for more foot traffic, people coming here after work.
In anticipation of more people working and coming to this area, Stark says the business is making some changes.
We're going to be putting in some new Wi-Fi, some faster Wi-Fi soon. So hopefully that entices people to just come over here, have a beer, chill out.
With the buildings where they are and as beautiful as they are, it'd be fun to actually go inside and drink a beer or buy something.
Working for you on the east side, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
Ball State tells RTV6 expanding their College of Architecture and Planning into more of the vacant Angie's List buildings isn't out of the question, and they too hope their presence there will bring more people and businesses to the area. New at 11 tonight, the Noblesville Common Council approved a parking pilot program for the downtown area. The goal is to simplify the city's parking ordinance by adjusting the hours of enforcement, locations of free and time-restricted spaces, and adding new short-term parking. The changes come a few months after drivers told RTV6 new parking enforcement technology was costly and confusing. This program takes effect January 1st.
Another court hearing today in the bizarre case of a man and woman accused of adopting a child from Ukraine, then abandoning her. Christina and Michael Barnett both face neglect charges. They allegedly rented the girl an apartment in Tippecanoe County a few years after adopting her and never talked to her again. The Barnetts claim the girl was actually an adult pretending to be a child. Michael Barnett's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges. He also wants his client's address to be removed from public records for safety reasons.
I'm very confident about our motions. I'm even more confident about Michael's innocence. We were prepared to argue those today. However, they were not set for a hearing, just for status. So we set those for the date for the 23rd of next week. Somewhat disappointed that Michael wasn't granted to exclude his home address from the public purview.
The judge wants to see more evidence and hear testimony that Michael Barnett's safety is at risk. The judge did say Christine Barnett can leave the state and return to her home in Florida. Her attorney declined to comment.
Opening statements are set to start tomorrow in the case of a northern Indiana woman on trial for killing 3 kids at their bus stop. Alyssa Shepard faces several charges, including reckless homicide. A jury was seated today. The crash happened almost 1 year ago in Fulton County, killing a 9-year-old girl and her 6-year-old twin brothers. Shepard said she did not know she was driving toward a stopped school bus the morning of the crash. The tragedy prompted lawmakers to pass a new state law regarding school bus safety. We're working to learn what's next for a woman facing charges nearly 1 year after reporting her son to police. Mary York turned herself in at the Wayne County Jail today. In December of last year, York called police to warn them that her 14-year-old son had taken a family member hostage and forced them to drive him to Dennis Intermediate School in Richmond. She said that he planned to shoot up the school. Police say they cornered the teen in a stairwell and he killed himself. York faces several charges, including neglect of a dependent and criminal recklessness.
Brown County is a popular destination in Indiana, especially this time of year, but major changes could be coming to one prominent town there, and that has residents worried. A man who owned about 35% of the properties in downtown Nashville died last year. Now those properties will go on the auction block in 2 weeks. That includes 25 local shops. Some people are concerned about potential new development changing the spirit of the area. One shop owner shared an emotional story about a customer's visit today.
She said, kids, pay attention today because we're making memories, because when we come back next year, like we always do, it may not be the same. And it touched my heart because we'd never thought of it from the customer standpoint.
Now, the town council has created new rules making it more difficult to tear down historic buildings older than 50 years. The real estate liquidation auction will be on October 30th.
A popular restaurant in downtown Indianapolis is closed for business temporarily. The new owner of Acapulco Joe's on Illinois Street is closing it for 2 weeks to make updates and renovations. Paperwork to sell the restaurant was finalized yesterday. The food that was already on site will be donated to Second Helpings. Another roundabout on the south side is open. It's at South Arlington Avenue and Shelbyville Road. The roundabout opened this afternoon, 5 days ahead of schedule. It's one of 4 built in Franklin Township this year.
October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and tonight we share how a man born with a congenital condition is on a path toward his dream job with the help of a local organization.
And the Democratic presidential candidates square off again, this time in a key swing state. Here are the issues that took center stage at tonight's debate.
My spirit connects with that.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
12 Democratic presidential candidates took the stage in Ohio this evening for the 4th presidential debate.
ABC's Trevor Ault reports, unlike previous debates, tonight the focus shifted away from former Vice President Joe Biden.
Tuesday's Democratic presidential debate set the stage for new issues and, based on the candidates' criticism, a new frontrunner, Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's been surging in recent polls, frequently finding herself on defense. At one point asked yes or no, would her Medicare for All plan raise taxes?
Costs will go up for the wealthy and for big corporations, and for hardworking middle-class families, costs will go down.
Other candidates then pouncing.
Well, we heard it tonight. A yes or no question that didn't get a yes or no answer.
You are making Republican talking points right now in this room.
And the jabs continuing later on.
Senator Warren is more focused on being punitive or pitting some part of the country against the other.
This is about universal college, about investment in our HBCUs, about making sure that we get rid of the student loan debt burden.
Those attacks a noticeable shift from the main target in previous debates, Vice President Joe Biden. Most candidates avoiding his entanglement with President Trump surrounding his son Hunter's business deals in Ukraine. Biden standing up for himself.
My son did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
But like previous debates, the common thread throughout was the importance of defeating President Trump.
You know, we've got one shot to make Donald Trump a one-term president. And how we talk about each other in this debate actually really matters.
We're still 3.5 months away from the Iowa caucus, and before that happens, the field very well could narrow. The next debate is happening in November, and so far, only 8 candidates have qualified. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Westerville, Ohio.
Well, it's official. Vice President Mike Pence will not comply with the request from Democrats to turn over documents related to the impeachment inquiry. Pence made the announcement through a letter from his counsel. The president has called the inquiry illegitimate without a vote. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi responded to that while giving an update on the investigation this evening.
We're not here to call bluffs. We're here to find the truth, to uphold the Constitution of the United States. This is not a game for us. This is deadly serious, and we're on a path that is taking us to a path to truth and a timetable that respects our Constitution.
Pelosi said there is no requirement for a vote, and she will not call for one at this time.
The leader of the Fort Worth Police Department is apologizing after an officer shot and killed a woman in her own home.
There's absolutely no excuse for this incident, and the person responsible will be held accountable. Ms. Jefferson's family and our community will have the last word, and the courts will speak on her behalf.
The now former officer charged with murdering a Tatiana Jefferson early Saturday morning is out on bond. Aaron Dean was released from jail on bail last night, less than 4 hours after his arrest. A warrant says Dean never identified himself as an officer before shooting Jefferson. Family members are demanding changes within the police department.
This rookie cop is not going to be the scapegoat for what happened. Yes, he's going to take his punishment, but the system failed him. Whoever senior was with him, who went out with him, failed him. Whoever sent him out failed him. The training failed him. There's a lot that has to get fixed. The city failed him.
Dean resigned from the department before talking to internal investigators. The Fort Worth Police Department says there have been 7 deadly shootings involving police officers this year.
An investigation into an allegation of excessive force by a Greenfield police officer is now in the hands of the Hancock County Prosecutor's Office. The department says the officer has been on paid administrative leave since August 26. No other details about the accusation have been released except that it allegedly happened during an arrest. Greenfield police say that they asked state police to investigate the case, and the findings have been forwarded to the prosecutor.
The next time you see Ann dancing on Mass Ave, she will have a whole new look. Work to replace the iconic piece of electronic artwork started today. The new structure will have updated technology, which will make maintenance easier. Organizers say that's what this change is all about. You probably won't even notice a difference.
Same place, same dance moves, same color. Hopefully to the common person, it'll look just like the Ann dancing always has looked.
Earlier this year, the Indianapolis Cultural Trail raised more than $200,000 to fund the repairs. The new Ann is expected to be back out on the town within the next couple of weeks.
So she's not aging?
She's not aging. Still in the dress. Maybe we'll need a jacket by then.
Oh, yeah.
Put a coat on Ann.
There should be a weather option, right? We push a button on there if she needs an umbrella, a winter coat, whatever it happens to be. You will not need an umbrella in the morning. You will need a coat. Temperature in the low 60s now in Indy. The cooler air is going to enter northwest Indiana first, ahead of a strong cold front that will knock our temperatures back some 20 degrees for tomorrow. Most put together area of rain and an isolated rumble of thunder in southeast Indiana, really rolling along the Ohio River headed toward Cincinnati. Let's zip to the northwest toward Crawfordsville. Some showers. Those will move to Frankfort. We'll still have hit and miss showers the next couple of hours. Then we dry out overnight. We're way down here. Tomorrow's high in the lower 50s. Steady progress as we head to the weekend, where temperatures will climb above average once again and will climb into the 70s. That's why if you have a coat for tomorrow, you only need short sleeve for the weekend. 52 tomorrow, temperatures upper 50s Thursday. We're into the 60s on Friday. Should be a good night for Friday night football. We'll trade that in because we had the rain last week. A noticeable change tomorrow besides the temperature will be the wind. Wind will gust 20 to 30 miles per hour through the day. That along with cloud cover and the temperatures in the 50s, it will be quite a raw day. Definitely need to be prepared for that. Temperatures in the 40s in the morning, no frost around. Only 48 at noon, and an afternoon high, as we mentioned, right at 52 with clouds dominating. Some spots to the north struggle just to get to 50. Logansport, that'll be a good number for you, right at 50 degrees. 55s to the south, and then windy, mostly cloudy, and 52 in the metro area. Temperatures Thursday, a little warmer instead of the lower 50s. We'll be in the upper 50s, and we'll add a lot of sunshine. It will be a mostly sunny day on Thursday. As we move to Friday, 63. The wind will be light, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, just a little below average for this time of year. And into the weekend we go. I would say both Saturday night and Sunday night, chance for showers and thunderstorms picks up a little bit compared to the daylight hours. Temperatures over the weekend in the 70s. Early next week, a strong storm system off to the north and west will be in the mild side of this with temperatures in the 70s. That means thunderstorm potential. A few of these could be strong. Keep our eye on that as we get started early next week. Here's your 7-day planner. What is quite cool tomorrow becomes quite comfortable by Sunday, 72 degrees. Monday and Tuesday, that chance for thunderstorms. Temperatures will fall off from Monday to Tuesday, from mild to cool once again.
We're making a switch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin, for that.
All right, Dave First is here with some sports.
I do have some of that. Purdue's Carson Edwards not messing around here in the preseason. The Celtics with their preseason finale tonight. The rookie hit 8 threes in the third quarter, all within a 9-minute span. Scored 26 of his 30 points. Dialing it in from deep. Celtics beat the Cavs 118-95. Some classic Carson Edwards for you. Good evening. Well, don't look now, but it's full speed ahead for the regular season. And the Pacers opener is a week from tomorrow night against the Pistons. Tonight was the preseason finale. It was Go, Go, Goga. The preseason debut of the 6'11 rookie, Goga Batadze. Great personality and might see a ton of playing time this season. Off the break, Edwin Summer to Goga for the jam. Pacers trailed by 3 at the break, third quarter. Watch the kick out to him here. He can hit threes. Seems a little hesitant to pull the trigger, though. Finally does it. Why not? What the heck? hit a couple threes tonight. Tied the team high with 14 points. T-Wolves won the game 119-111. Colts get back at it tomorrow. Practice for what's suddenly become a game for first place in the AFC South. They host the Texans Sunday afternoon. The IndyCar season might be over, but the testing for that new aero screen continues. Today, the series back at Richmond for the first time in a decade. Remember, they'll return there next June and race. Joseph Newgarden and Scott Dixon on the track for the test. They're expected to be on the road course for another test at Sebring next month. Finally tonight, first and foremost, with the second round of the Senior LPGA Championship. Gorgeous day at French Lick, Chamber of Commerce type stuff. And a big day for Julie Inkster, the Hall of Famer, with the approach on the par 3 13th. She went on to birdie the hole, has a 2-shot lead. But the story of the week, the fact she left her putter in the porta potty.
3 under. Let's see, 6th green. After I bogeyed 6th green, there's a little porta potty, and I went in and I put it by the urinal, and I told myself not to forget my putter. And I walked out and I forgot my putter.
Is this a career first?
No, I think I've done it before. Yeah, I'd like to say yes, but I think I've done it before.
You think she's would have learned her lesson by now?
I've played a lot of golf. I've covered a lot of golf. Never seen that one before. But apparently Julie Inkster has done it many times. So
Okay.
Putter in the porta potty.
There you go.
I mean, everyone has a story. Go on.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Dave, for that. Having a disability does not mean you cannot join the workforce. Next, meet a man who's working toward his dream job and the organization that helped him.
Mile warranty at Honda of Fishers.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is all about getting you and your family set up with a rewarding career. We're also addressing the barriers that many Hoosiers face while looking for a job. October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month, so tonight we're introducing you to an indie nonprofit dedicated to helping those with disabilities land a job. Alex Danhart was born with a congenital condition that severely limits the range of motion in his hands and arms. His dream was to become a hotel manager, but he had a hard time finding a job in the hotel business. That's when Alec turned to the Help the World Foundation. The group helped him find a job at the Indianapolis Downtown Marriott as an at-your-service agent.
They just look at my disability and they write me off as, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. But if you speak to me for 5 minutes, then you understand that mentally I have it. My passion is here. I love the hotel business. I love helping people, and just labeling people with disabilities just as a person with a disability is not okay.
When someone starts a job, we start it too. When they work, we work. We've got some that just need help getting back into the workforce and others that need a lot more intervention.
Help the World Foundation helps those with disabilities find a job, then stays in touch with participants to help them grow into their careers. The foundation also helps with transportation, accommodation, and scheduling. You can learn more about Help the World and its mission to remove barriers for those with disabilities by checking out hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back with the news at 11.
For giggling in the middle of it.
You've probably heard of parrots eating crackers, but what about pasta? The Indianapolis Zoo posted this picture of its macaws enjoying a pumpkin filled with spaghetti as an early Halloween treat.
Polly want a pumpkin?
No, Polly wants the pasta.
So you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to take a pumpkin and just put it in the sports office and see what happens. See if they start eating
pasta,
it.
though.
Usually we just kind of look at it and just kind of
slide it to the side.
All right.
Blame Gregory.
We're going to carve about 20 degrees off of today's high to come up with tomorrow's temperature. It'll be 46 in the morning and dry. I was looking for my button to push.
It's upside down. Oopsie.
You can push my buttons. Temperatures during the day tomorrow, 52 for the high. Quite a bit different.
Pull out those jackets.
A pumpkin wouldn't be the strangest thing the sports office has ever seen.
That
You
list
don't even
tomorrow.
want to know. That's another story.
Just saying.
That can't be in a newscast.
Just saying.